So this camera right here is the Sony Cybershot DSC-H400. So this camera was released about exactly 10 years ago on February 13th, 2014. So this camera is good for somebody who is a beginner to photography, as this can take good 20.1 megapixel photos, up to 63 times optical zoom, which is amazing if you're doing, like, for example, landscape shooting, or if you're shooting the moon, for example, which I've done in the past. But when it comes to the video feature, never use it. It's really bad in day or nighttime conditions. You know, it's got amazing stabilization, it's like amazing. It's really bad at video because it only does very low quality 720p footage, which you might have seen in that new TikTok video I've posted. It's not great. It's actually kind of bad, as it produces a lot of noise, pixelization, and it does very badly in the sun or nighttime conditions, because you can have this very annoying purple flare that can come from very bright objects. And with exposure and everything on this camera, you cannot expose it very good when it comes to videos, because at one point you exposed it perfectly before you're about to shoot, before you're about to hit the record button. When you press the record button, the whole image darkens for some reason, which I don't get why. So I'll just refrain using the video feature on this thing and just use the regular photo feature. The good things about this camera, it comes with a viewfinder. It's very helpful for those who are doing photography, as if you're in very bright conditions and you can't see this very poor screen, which is, I'm saying to you guys, it's a very bad screen, trust me. You can actually use the viewfinder, which is very nice and helpful for those who are doing outdoor photography in very bright conditions. This camera does come with an onboard flash for if you need to shoot in very dark conditions. For example, in a very dark room, in very dark scenery outside. It is a very bright flashlight, let me tell you that. I'm just going to do an example of it now. There we go. As you can see, it's not the best image ever. It's very overexposed from the flash. And yeah, so I wouldn't use the flash in environments like it's kind of lit up a little and you're going to need to take those photos from up close to something, because they can extremely overexpose. As you can see, this is a kind of like a standard LCD screen. Very low quality and very bad LCD screen. It does terrible performance in outdoor conditions, and the viewing angle on this is not that great. But if that does tend to happen, use the viewfinder instead. This camera does come with a lithium-ion battery, which can last not very long. I mean, like, it can last like a very short amount of time, because it's a 1240 milliamp hour battery. A battery like that can only last you about 15-20 minutes if you're using this a lot. But if you're going outside and going for a day shooting and you're not going to take that many photos, it's alright, but you might need to recharge it once or twice. It's not that great of a battery. Now, the autofocus on this camera is terrible. I'm going to say out loud, it's extremely terrible. Like, I try and focus it on a bird, literally by holding this button right here, the trigger, and it takes about 5 tries to get a focus on a bird that's not even that far away. Like, the autofocus on this thing is absolutely terrible. With any normal DSLR cameras, they're actually a little heavy and they're not as compact to fit in your, for example, a pocket in your coat. And if you're going to be taking the camera around like this, grab a bag, or just use the strap that comes with it and tie it around your neck so you can have better portability. Now, this camera's got a very good grip. I mean, like, amazing grip. Like, you can just hold it in tight there for better stability of taking photos and that, rather than the ZV-10 of its very flat handle. Whew, I've just been yapping for 30 minutes. But yeah, alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.